Hey everybody, welcome back. This week I am talking about how to stop being codependent and how you can start setting better boundaries in your relationships. And I'm going to teach you 3 practice tools that you can use to help you set better boundaries. So for all the best advice, guidance, and support, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am here every single Thursday. And I am Tess Brigham, licensed psychotherapist and board certified coach. And I have been working for over 15 years working with individuals, families, couples, and individuals just like you, help you find your path, your purpose, so that you can live the best life and the exact life that you want. All right, let's get started. Let's talk about codependency, because this is a term that gets thrown around all the time. I can't tell you all the clients that come in and plop down in my office and say, I'm codependent, or my mom's codependent, or this person's codependent. And so what is codependency? Codependency is a consistent pattern of behavior that is when one person is prioritizing the wants and needs and desires of another person over their own wants and needs and desires. It's to the point in which it's not about like, oh, I'm going to go help my friend out during a rough time. It's really about when one person is so preoccupied with another person's moods. Are they happy, sad, right? They're preoccupied with, are they doing this or this or this, or are they not doing this, this, and this? It's that preoccupation to that and the pattern of it consistently over and over and over again, to the point in which the person that's codependent is so consumed with the other person and what they're doing and not doing, to the point in which they're not focusing on themselves any longer. So if you have identified, if you say, oh, I think this is me, Tess, I think I'm codependent, then how do you start? And the place to start really is looking at you, really asking yourself some questions. Because the reason why a lot of codependent people become codependent, nobody starts out this way. Nobody starts out and says, oh, I'm going to be codependent today. What happens is they enter into a relationship that becomes dysfunctional in some way, shape, or form. And what happens is that you get slowly over time, you get lost in this other person and what they're doing, to where it becomes almost like you feel like, well, they need me so badly. They need me so much that I can't possibly leave them or not be in their life. And that fear of not being needed, that fear of not having this person to focus on, becomes overwhelming. So it really starts with you and asking yourself, what are the relationships that you grew up around? What did you see modeled to you when you were young? What are your past relationships like? Is this a pattern in your life? And what do you think you've been getting from being so consumed with this other person? And what do you fear will happen if you stop becoming so consumed with this other person? What happens? It's really about reflecting back on yourself and looking at, for you, why am I here? How did I get here? And I think that if you are really in this and you realize that, like, this is me and this is a relationship that I'm in and I am seeing myself and I don't think I know how to get out, this is the moment in time where seeking professional help, finding a therapist, is really the right place for you. The next step, and I want to talk about these 3 practice tools. So in my last video, I talked about how to stop people pleasing and how to set boundaries. And in that, I talked about the 3 C's of creating boundaries. So the first step is to reflect upon yourself, really look at your behavior. And then the next step is to start setting some boundaries with this person in your life. And so I want to refer you back to that video, the How to Set Boundaries video, where I go over the 3 C's of create, communicate, and keep it in check, because I don't want to repeat it here. What I really want to talk about here is, after you watch the video on boundaries, is to come back here and really practice these 3 things, because there's 3 things that you can start doing today to help you start getting better at setting boundaries. Okay, the first one is this: focus on questions. So when you tend to be codependent, when you're someone who jumps in and solves problems, what happens is the loved one comes to you, they say, I need this, this, and this, and this is going on, I need your help. And your automatic response is, okay, yes, I'll help you do this, do this, do this. right? What you want to start doing is that really practice not solving the problem. And the best way to practice not solving the problem is to no statements, just questions. So this happens a lot with young adults and parents that come to me, right? Kid calls up, oh my God, mom, I don't know what to do. You know, this happened, my flight is late, or I can't book my ticket, or whatever it is. And I tell the parents, instead of saying to them, okay, drop everything, I'll get you a new ticket and go here and do this, right? Is to be able to say, okay, I hear you. You know, what have you tried already? You know, who have you talked to about this? You know, have you called the airline? Have you done this? Like really putting it back on the kid to solve their problems. So if you're someone who tends to be codependent and wants to jump in and help, practicing simply saying, I am not going to make any statements. I'm not going to fix anything. I am simply going to ask questions. Okay? That is a great way. And you don't have to start by practicing it with the person that you have the most consistent codependent relationship. You can practice this with anyone. The second tool to practice is saying no. The art of simply just saying, no, I don't want to do that, or no, right? It is very, very hard for people who are codependent, and I talked about last time, people pleasers, to simply say no to someone. And so learning to practice to saying no is such a positive and really important healthy boundary. And so what I usually recommend to people is pick someone who's a little bit easier to say no, like maybe the person at Starbucks, or maybe your neighbor, someone simple. And learn how to practice just a simple no thanks, no. Learn how to just say that and sit with it and walk away, all right? The third one is do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Your loved one calls you, they're stressed out, they want your help, they need you to call them back right away, whatever it is. How about you do nothing? Don't rush to them right away, right? Not everything is an emergency. You don't have to drop everything every single time someone needs and wants something from you. So this is a great thing to do. I mean, and again, I would practice with someone that maybe isn't so difficult for you to do that with. But someone texts you, wants something, someone at work is badgering you for something, do nothing for a while. Sometimes when we do nothing, people stop and they go, oh, this person isn't responding. I got to figure this out on my own. Or the problem works itself out, right? So those are the three tools. Ask questions, don't go into fix, no statements. 2, practice saying no. And finally, do nothing. All right, check out that video if you want more info on boundaries, the stop people pleasing and set better boundaries. And if you are interested in codependency, the queen of codependency is a woman by the name of Melody Beattie. She wrote a book many, many years ago called Codependent No More, and she's written, I want to say hundreds of books, tons of books on this topic of codependency. She is the person to go to if you are someone who struggles with codependency. So check her out. All right, thanks so much for being here. If you love this video, please like it. If you like me and like what I have to say, subscribe to my channel, and even better, spread the word. Spread the word of my YouTube channel. I would love to see your family and friends here. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.